Hello folks, you join me today in my barbecue shack and I've got a big pile of loveliness with me. What I've got here is a robot mower from Mammotion and it's called the Yuka 2000. I'm going to be unboxing it, setting it up and putting it through its paces in my garden, and I'm going to see if it's any good or not. Now, Mammotion have sent me this out for review, but this is going to be a completely unbiased overview of what it's like to set up, how easy it is to use and how good a job it does. Now, my garden, I'm going to show you just here, is less of a lawn and more of an experience, I think we're going to say. So this front area here was just mud this time last year because we had like the patio replaced and stuff. However, it got seeded, we didn't turf it, we seeded it, and it's just been awful. It's just moss and weeds and nastiness. We have done the first cut on this lawn since the winter, and the lawnmower didn't pick up, so all the old grass is here, didn't bother to go around and try and collect it all, and the lawn itself is just awful really, it always has been. So we've got, you can see, fairly short grass here and then really long grass. It's patchier than my hair and I've got alopecia, so you get the idea. This is going to be a bit of a challenging job. And in case you haven't guessed, I've got absolutely no interest in gardening whatsoever. I like to come out here and have a barbecue, and that's about it. That's about as good as it gets, and it just gets neglected. My wife actually enjoys the garden, but just doesn't get out here too often, and it's in a bit of a state. It's usually a lot better than this, I have to say, but because this is like end of winter and getting into spring, it's usually in a horrific state at this time of year, and this year's no different. So let's get this mower unboxed and set up, and then we'll see how it gets on. So I'm just going to talk you through the unboxing. We've got the big instruction sheet there, then the base where the charger attaches, and we've got various accessories. We've got the antenna unit, the RTK unit's called there, and the pole for it. More on that later. And then we've got the main mower itself, and finally the charger unit. So I did the initial setup indoors, but did a dreadful job of filming it. So I'm just whizzing through this first bit. I'm just setting up the charging base here. Okay, so once we get that set up, you'll see you actually attach this to the ground using these ground screws. And they're a bit like that. Don't know if that's focusing very well. Maybe. That's sort of a big nylon screw that just goes into the ground. Apparently they will go into reasonably firm ground, but it should be quite soft here. And we've got a power supply to attach to the charging unit. As you can see, the cable on that is huge. So if you're not immediately on top of a power supply, it shouldn't be a big problem. But I'm going to get this plugged in and charging so we can make sure I can get this filmed before Halley's Comet comes around again. Before I do that, I'm going to remove this big piece of foam that's underneath the front here and just show you the underside of this. So here's the interesting bit. These are the little spinny discs which have got these blades on. You do get some spare blades with this as well, but that platform completely moves and articulates, which should mean it can cope with quite severe undulations in your lawn. And then you've got this single dolly wheel on the front, which should give you a really sharp turn angle to turn with. So it means this can perform sort of almost tank turns. So let's get this plugged in. Now we've got the antenna unit here. This is the actual antenna itself. So I'm going to open that up and screw that into place. And then you get a pole for this to sit on in your garden. From what I've read, you really want this to be as high up as possible. Obviously you could attach it to fence post or something, but I'm going to use the post that's been provided and this big mighty ground spike. That's a bit of a trident. Rah. So now that's connected up to the mains cable. I'm just going to plug this in as well, just for the initial setup, so I can do it in the house where I've actually got some Wi-Fi. You've also got quite a big extension cable for that antenna power supply, because obviously if you're running this up the pole and you might be a way away from a power supply, all the cable extensions you could get will be very welcome, I dare say. I've got my power supply on the outside of the house here, and I'm going to run it up the right hand side of the garden. It is an outdoor one. I'll bury it in a bush or something, and hopefully it'll be relatively out of sight. So I'm just waiting for those to charge up, but while I do that, I might as well set up the app. So on this quick start sheet, you've got a QR code. I'm simply going to scan that, and then it will take me to the App Store where I can download the app. So this should be on a piece of level ground. I don't think I've got one of those in my garden. So I'm going to take these ground screws and get these in. You get an Allen key provided. And the ground is at least dry, but it's very soft. But I guess with one of these in each corner, it should have a solid enough base to work from. I'm trying to do this without showing you the crack in my backside, which is not that easy. And then I've also got the little garage here, which just goes down with another 4 of those ground screws. I'll leave that loose for the moment, just while I get everything set up and working for the first time. Okay, then with the pole for the RTK unit, we run the cable down inside by the looks of things. And then you pull it out the side here and just run it down the side of the cable. You do get some clips to attach it to this post, so that it keeps it nice and tidy. Best to get this up nice and high. So I'm going to use both parts of the post, and then we'll attach that trident and stick it in the ground. And then I've just connected the power supply up. If you need to use the extension cable, obviously you've got it, but in this case I don't need to. So I'm just going to get this stuck in the ground. Okay, so we've got both things installed and power to them. So hopefully that will now work. I'm going to go and get my phone and we'll give it a whirl. Okay, so that's all connected, and it's now asking me, it says there's no task area found. Please move the robot along the lawn perimeter and guide it along the perimeter until it returns to the starting point to complete the mapping. During mapping, please keep the area clear, avoid obstacles, and if an issue occurs, press stop. So I'm going to do that now. Create. Okay, so it's leaving the charging station. And I've now essentially got joysticks on this app. So let's start mapping. Ooh, it's not actually mowing at the moment. It's literally just doing the mapping. Oh, that's gone a bit wrong. I'm going right into the bush there, and it's gone straight through it with no drama. And look at that turn. That's a really good turning circle. Okay, so that's the mapping done, and I've just told it to go back to recharge. So as you can see, it's docking itself in its little house, which is all quite exciting, isn't it? Now, on the front of it, it's actually got 2 cameras and a little windscreen wiper. And what that will mean is, if someone happens to walk in front of it, or your dog walks in front of it, it will stop and it won't run them over and mow them, which is a nice safety feature. It'll also detect rain, and if it starts to rain heavily, it will go and dock itself. I've also just discovered that this mower has something called iNavi, and that means it can use those cameras to actually map the lawn itself. So I needn't have done the mapping at all. It will just look at what's grass and cut it. That's pretty special. So let's try and actually mow with it now. Now at the moment, I haven't got the lawn sweeper on, so it's going to go into basically mulch mode, and it will mulch the grass down as it goes. But probably tomorrow now, I will fit the catcher attachment and the sweeper and go and clear the lawn up. But let's just give it a go, shall we? I didn't perhaps do the best job of mapping it. I did crash into a few things, so we'll see how it gets on. It says it's going to take 29 minutes and it's 59 square meters. I'm going to do it now. I'm particularly interested to see how it copes here, because there's quite a few obstacles and things, and we've got this really long grass which it's about to go into, I think. It's also got that to deal with. The washing line. No, it knows it's there, look, and it's actually navigating around it. It's very clever. You will see there's some seed down here, which I've been throwing around quite liberally over the last couple of days. Shouldn't really throw seed around and then mow your lawn, but there we go. You shouldn't really leave it to get into a state that this one's in. You'll also see on the app there's an FPV button. If you press that, you can actually get a video feed of the mower, which is bananas. I don't know quite why you'd want to use that, but I guess there could be instances when you do, maybe you're inside and you see that it stopped working or there's an error or something, you could get on it and have a little look and see what the state of play is. But it's very cool. And the app at the moment is showing me the areas where it's actually mowed, where it has completed. Okay, just before I get to the next section of the video where we have a look at the sweep and catch, I want to show you the mow that it did. You can see there's still some daisies here, but generally, considering how much cut grass was already sitting on top of the lawn, I think it's done an amazing job and on some really tricky stuff. This is where the exceptionally long grass was. We had a trampoline underneath, and some of it's just too long for it to go at. And I also had this set on quite a low setting. If we just pull the robot out for a second, you'll see here, this is in centimetres. I had it on 2 centimetres and that grass was really long. So I probably should have done it on like maybe a 4 centimetre cut or 6 centimetre cut, but I didn't. And that would have helped. But it's done incredibly well so far. So I'm now going to get that sweep and catch thing attached. We'll have a look at that. And then we'll go around and clear this up and then maybe give it a final cut. So this is an optional attachment that's primarily, I believe, meant for picking up leaves from your garden. But, I mean, there's no reason it can't pick up grass as well. So I'm getting that attached now. And there's a little bit of assembly required. It probably took me 10-15 minutes in total. You basically put an extra battery into the robot and then assemble the catch unit. And then there's just one cable to plug in coming from the catch unit to the top of the robot. And then you also have to put a counterweight on the front of the robot, because with that extra weight on the back, it would simply tip up if you didn't do that. It does make it a bit heavier and a bit bulkier, so nowhere near as nimble to navigate the lawn. Okay, so that's now all attached and it's in the dock. The sun keeps coming in and out today. I swear I'm only recording this over 2 days. So I've now got to add a dumping spot. So I've gone into my map and I'm going to go to create and then dumping spot. Robot near perimeter in task area, click to create. Just for the purposes of this video, I'm going to call that the dumping spot there. So that's done. So we're now going to go on to mow, and I want sweep. So all I'm going to do is sweep the lawn. Not mowing it at all at the moment, I'm just sweeping the lawn, and we'll see how it gets on. And the interesting bit really is going to be when it gets into the middle of the lawn, where we've got so much dead grass sitting there that was cut. Some yesterday, but lots over the last week or so. This is currently set to dump at every 10 square meters. So at that point, I guess it thinks it's going to be fairly full. You can already see it's collected up a fair amount of grass, and it didn't look like there was too much in this section of the lawn, because this section of the lawn's not very well at the moment. So I think it's done quite well so far. You'll see that some of the grass is still there, but I think I should have probably set it to empty itself more often. I set it to empty itself every 10 meters squared. I'm just going over it again now and giving it a mow and a sweep. And hopefully by this second time, it should be looking much nicer at the end. I'm not going to film all this again because my battery's running out, but I will show you once the job's complete. Okay folks, this sort of brings the video to the end, and I'm going to give you my overall thoughts on this. So first thing is the sweeper attachment. It's collected this much grass from the lawn. So that's the grass that was originally on the lawn when I started, because if you remember, when we did our first cut of the year, the lawnmower didn't pick up and it was just all over the lawn. It'd been there for a couple of weeks. And it's done 2 mows of this lawn itself. So that's all the grass in there. Now, whilst the sweeper's done brilliantly in collecting all that grass, it did have another sweep. I did put it over for another sweep. And I don't think it's as good at collecting grass as it is with something like leaves. I've seen other videos where people pick up leaves with it and it does a brilliant job. And I think it struggles a bit more with the grass, especially as, you know, some of it's quite fine. It's not the best quality grass. But anyway, it does brilliantly well, and it saves me a hell of a lot of time and aggro. The other thing to say with the sweeper attachment is it does obviously make it heavier, and it's much larger, so you might not find it as nimble as when it's just the robot mower by itself. And now I've got the lawn to a manageable state, I might just try it for a couple of weeks just on its own, and where it's going along maybe 2 or 3 times a week, just taking off tiny little amounts of grass, mulching it down, and hopefully that should help feed the lawn a little bit as well. So would I get one? Absolutely, because I think it's brilliant. Like, it really is very, very good. This one's quite expensive. You're looking in the £2,000 mark, but they do have them starting from 890 quid, 895 quid, something like that. And this one actually would do a much, much bigger lawn than I've got here. This one is complete overkill for this garden, but it's the one they sent me for review. If I were to buy one myself for this size garden, you know, there's plenty of choice on there. You've got mowers with all-wheel drive. This one's just rear-wheel drive. But there is plenty of options, and there should be something to suit your garden, whatever the size. I think it's great. And some of the robot mowers I've looked at have either been really cheap and look really rubbish, or mega expensive. And I think this is probably a really nice balance where it's a reassuring amount of money. It's not dirt cheap, it's a reassuring amount of money. And compared to some of the stuff that's out there in the market, it's probably pretty decent value. So it's a big thumbs up for me for the Mammotion Yuka 2000. I think it's a nice piece of kit. There's a link in the video description. It's not an affiliate link or anything. They haven't paid me to make this video. Nothing like that. They've sent me this for review and said, just give us your honest opinion. And that is my honest opinion. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Very different sort of video for my channel, I know, granted. Please subscribe to the channel if you like automotive content. That's what I normally do, not usually robot lawnmowers. This is a bit of a special one for me. And please give this video a thumbs up, because it all helps to get the message out there and for YouTube to know that you liked it and therefore someone else might. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Huge thanks to all my channel members for your continued support. I really do appreciate it.